Hey everyone, this is JB with Excalibur Data Systems. Say I want to paint a scenario for you. You're in a pickle. You've been asked to provide some additional information with respect to an object's relationships in the tab arrangement, except the object in question is a supporting object, not a major object. And so you ask yourself, how do I get the tab arrangement into a supporting object? Well, I'm going to show you here. I'm in the major object area of the blueprint, and I have my handy dandy edit form arrangement selection item here. And this is the same thing that you would find for incident, knowledge, problem, change, and the configuration items, so on and so forth. But when I move over to the supporting objects, and I will select one, select task, I don't have the arrangement there. So what we're going to do is we are going to edit this business object, select business object properties, and now we're going to temporarily promote this object from supporting to a major. We're going to make the change that we want to make, and then after we're all done, we're going to put it back at supporting and publish it, and voila, we're done. Let's change this task from supporting to major. Click OK. I'll reconcile this blueprint here, at least in memory. Now task shows up under the major elements in the system, and it has the edit form arrangement item. I'll select that. And the first thing you notice here on the task object is that it already has a bunch of tabs. So clearly the idea that in this case the task object would need to be able to present information about the relationships it has for either child objects or its parents is very much a key part of making the system not only more dynamic but more comprehensive for the end user. So this view here is what you would see when you're in the tab arrangement for incident or change. It's no different. I will drag over task links work unit just as an example. We'll put that over into the arrangement. Save that down. And we'll go back to the blueprint here, and we are again still as a major object, but we're in. Let's go back to the business object properties. And now we will change this from a major object back to a supporting object. Now, a side note is that every once in a while you may have to remember not only what was checked over here in order to do some of this kind of thing, but also if you were moving an object, a supporting object, to a major that did not have a public ID, Cherwell will prompt you for that public ID. So you might have an extra step of, at a minimum, selecting another field in the system on that object that can temporarily function as the public ID, or creating a new one just to get by. Just remember, this is temporary. You're satisfying the requirements for a major business object, and that's not going to be permanent. So don't panic. Just play along. Create a new one, select one in the list just temporarily. All we want to do is satisfy those arrangements. Task already had one because of the role that it plays in the platform, and we don't have to worry about that. So just put it back at supporting. I click OK and save it down. All right, I'm over in the rich client, and I'm looking at a brand new task that I've created, task with new tab. If you recall, I added the work unit relationship as a tab element into the arrangement by just temporarily creating making it a major object and then pushing it back. I did all of that in the context of a single blueprint. And now when I'm in the rich client, I see the work unit tab. Now, I don't have any content in here. I didn't develop any forms. I didn't do anything like that. So clearly I would still have some work to do here. But in real life, you would be adding something of value to whatever object you wanted to have, where you needed that information in the tab area. So you'd have your applicable information right at your doorstep. Now, as I wrap things up, just a reminder that if you ever need to edit those tabs, you will need to temporarily promote your object to a major object. You'll need to go into the tab arrangement, make the changes that you need to make, move it back to a supporting object, and then publish that blueprint. But from the context of tab behavior, everything behaves the same. If you remember over in the admin client, if I quickly go back over here, major object manager. All right, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tabs over in as part of the blueprint, but I only have 2 tabs showing up here. That's okay. These tabs are programmed to only be visible under certain conditions. So again, same rules apply, and you can expect that the system will behave the same way, even though you'll have to make those changes temporarily to the object to make your modifications to the tab arrangement.